What are the best entry-level wrenches? Out of the wrenches I own, these are my favorite. Hi, I'm Josh and you're watching Days of Pain and Victory. This is another episode of bench racing. If you're new to this channel is about building four-wheel drives, hot rods, other rigs you might drive in the dirt, and wheeling the heck out of them. So if you're into that type of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So I wanted to talk about some of the wrenches I use. My favorite wrenches that I own are these Husky Ratchet wrenches with the flex head. These things are awesome. So they are an entry-level wrench. I wouldn't say that they are at the same level as like Snap-on or Mac, obviously. But for those of us that it's just a hobby, I think these are a great wrench to start out with. Note, in comparison to the other entry-level wrenches that I've owned, wrenches from Ace Hardware, Harbor Freight, the Stanley wrenches, every one of those other brands, Craftsman even, I've either broken or bent. These guys I've had for about 8 years now, and I have beat the heck out of them. I've put breaker bars on them, I've beat on them with my dead blow hammer, and even with that ratchet action in there, they have not broken. And they're super handy in comparison to some of the other ratchet wrenches I've used. This here is a lot thinner, so it actually fits in a lot more places. Some of the ratchet wrenches can get really bulky, but with these Husky wrenches, that's not the case. They seem to be thin enough that you can actually use them in a lot of spaces. The flex head's really handy too. I've used this 9/16 so many times, pulling transfer cases out of XJs, ZJs, TJs, because those 6 bolts that go around the transfer case that hook it to the transmission, 9/16, there's only so much space between the transfer case and the tunnel, and that flex head allows you to get in there and take the nut off. With a standard wrench, you wouldn't have room between the transmission and the tunnel to actually move it around, and then the ratcheting action just makes it nice and quick. The other thing I've noticed with these wrenches in comparison to my other entry-level wrenches is these don't flex hardly at all. So some wrenches, the open end here will flex and you'll end up, it'll spread out and then you'll round off your nut. These things are really rigid, and so they grip onto the nut or the bolt really tight, and they don't flex and round off your bolt head or your nut. So that's another nice feature with these wrenches. So if you're looking for an entry-level set of wrenches, I highly recommend these Husky Ratchet wrenches with the flex head. You can buy them on Amazon. I got a link in the description below. Check that out. Also got some other tools linked down there that I use most often. So Husky Ratchet wrenches with the flex head. If you want to hear about any of the other tools I use, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk about them. This bench racing series is a perfect place to do that. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.